This meeting of House Appropriations, Compensation, and Retirement will come to order. We will first take roll. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Thank you, Madam Clerk. A quorum is present. We have just a few bills in front of us today, and we will get started with Delegate Cornett. And since we do have another meeting afterwards, if you please keep your.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. HB 130, amend 65.2-402 Code of Virginia. It's the workers' compensation presumption for death or disability from respiratory disease, heart disease, hypertension, and other certain cancers for firefighters and other public safety officers. This bill simply adds sheriffs and deputy sheriffs to the cancer presumption within the code. And this is pretty much just coming from my district in Smith County. We had a deputy there, Scott Prater, who served on a drug task force, the DEA task force, and he died of cancer. He dismantled many meth labs, and they believe that work was tied to him, his cancer diagnosis, and him actually passing away. So, like I say, there's many other things that deputies in rural areas and all across Virginia do, help on fire scenes, etc. And this just, current law already recognizes many other public safety officers, and this just brings sheriffs and deputies into that framework. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the subcommittee.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any questions from members of the subcommittee? Is there anyone online for this bill? No. Delegate Cornett, we appreciate this bill coming forward. We've worked a long time, including myself, on presumptions of cancer. But what we're probably looking to do is just do a little bit more work on this policy-wise, and I see if we could come up with something next year so it's not a burden per se on the locality. So this committee operates by motion. There's been a motion with a proper second to lay HB 130 on the table. This is a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Can you please close the roll? HB 130 has been very gently laid on the table with a vote of 4-2. Thank you, Delegate Cornett. And
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I believe you have another bill.
Yes, 1306. I would like to strike 1306, please.
Move the amendment. We'll move to strike the bill, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Is there a second? Okay. There's been a motion with a proper second to strike HB 1306 from the docket, and this is a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Madam Clerk, can you please close the roll? With a vote of 6-0, we have stricken HB 1306 from the docket. Thank you, Delegate.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next, we have Delegate Kilgore.
I have, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, I have House Bill 1107. Department of Corrections is facing some shortages, and I thought this would be one way to get some folks back working at the Department of Corrections. We have, in my district, I know I have three big correctional facilities. I thought this would be a way, once somebody has the 6-month break in service, then they could come back, sort of like we did with some of our teachers and some of those same theory, just to get some more people back to working.
Thank you, Delegate.
Mr. Chairman, there are some line amendments that VRS worked with the patron on that are technical in nature. One has a delayed effective date, and the other one basically makes the bill apply to valors and sports as well as regular VRS.
I have no objection to those. No objection to those amendments.
So motion with the...
Move the amendments, Mr. Chairman.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The amendments in front of us. I believe Michael just explained those pretty well. Are there any questions for members of the subcommittee? Delegate Wyatt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate the delegates' effort I know from folks in my district also that work in the correctional facility, and I know they're desperately trying to find folks that come back, and a retiree, someone that's very experienced, would definitely be a benefit to the Department of Corrections to allow those individuals to go back. But I kind of understand and kind of where this bill may be going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any additional questions or comments regarding this piece of legislation? This committee does operate by motion. There's been a motion with a second to very gently lay HB 1107 on the table. That is a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Madam Clerk, can you please close the roll? A vote of 5-2, we have laid 1107 on the table. Delegate, I do appreciate.
Oh, thank you. Can you send a letter that I fought hard for me?
We got you. We'll talk to the chairman. Thank you, Delegate. All right. I believe Delegate Kent.
Hello, Mr. Chair and committee. I have before you House Bill 659. This bill came to me at the request of some folks that are retirees in our state health employment program. What is sometimes unknown is that if you do not immediately register into the health plan and you deny the first opportunity to do so, you can't come back and re-register into our state health plan. This becomes an issue, obviously, if things change within your personal life, or you are under a spouse's health plan and then that spouse dies. And so what this bill does was allow a state retiree that at first doesn't participate in the health plan to get one chance to re-enroll if it's within a 5-year period.
Thank you, Delegate. Are there any questions for the patron? Is there anyone like to speak in favor of the bill that's in the room?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Bill Carrico with the Virginia State Police Association. This affects a lot of our retired individuals who leave and go into the private sector after retiring from the state police, realize the healthcare system that they're under isn't what they had as they were in the state police, and because it prohibits them from ever coming back after they go out, they can't come back into the system, and we do support the bill.
Thank you so much. We are back in front of the subcommittee. Any additional questions for the patron?
Mr. Chairman.
Delegate Wyatt.
Just really comment, I want to thank the delegate for bringing this bill forward and trying to get those folks that may take retirement to get them back in help get back in the workforce, and may not be, those that retire may not be ready to retire, but I know we appreciate definitely the effort, and I know this committee will continue to work on it.
Thank you.
We do appreciate it, Delegate. Thank you, Delegate Wyatt, for your remarks. I did get a fiscal impact statement. They didn't give us the amount quite yet, but they did say it is. There were a few zeros in the number, and again, I appreciate your work on this, and we will continue to work on this over the next year. So this committee does operate by motion.
Move to lay on the table.
There's been a motion with a proper second to lay HB 659 on the table. That is a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Madam Clerk, can you please close the roll? A vote of 5-2. We have laid HB 659 on the table. Delegate, thank you, Delegate.
Committee. Thank you.
Delegate Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the subcommittee. HB 1055 would extend membership in the Virginia Law Officers Retirement System to full-time sworn investigators appointed by the Attorney General to the unit that audits and investigates providers of services furnished under the State Medical Assistance Plan, also known as the Medicaid Fraud Control Unit. Of course, they're badged, carry guns, and do some dangerous work sometimes. This bill has a delayed effective date till July 1st, 2027, and provides that such membership applies only to service earned on or after July 1st, 2027. And there is a FIS associated with that, which I believe you guys should have. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Delegate. Are there any questions from members of the subcommittee? Delegate Hodges.
No questions, Mr. Chairman. Just comment of thank you for bringing this. Definitely needed Medicaid fraud and the dangers that you're dealing with in those areas. I mean, it's real, and people don't often think of that. So just appreciate you bringing this forward.
Thank you, Delegate. Any additional comments from members of the committee or anyone in the room that would like to speak in favor of this bill or against? All right. All right. This committee operates by motion.
Did you have a motion?
Delegate Willett?
Motion to gently lay this on the table.
Second, Mr. Chairman.
There's been a motion with a proper second to lay HB 1055 on the table. This is a recorded vote. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Vote to 5-2. We have very gently laid HB 1055 on the table. And Delegate Phillips, I do know there was a jailite report. I don't believe they were quite in it. I don't, as of yet, I know they were yet to be studied. So if we get any information over the next year into 2027, it would definitely be a great idea to bring back and see what we can do on this bill. So I appreciate you bringing this
Thank
forward.
you, Mr. Chair. Members of the
Thank
committee.
you, Delegate. Delegate Navarro. And there's a substitute.
Mr. Chair and members of the subcommittee, before I speak to the bill, I want to offer an amendment in the nature of a substitute.
Is there a motion? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, the substitute is in front of us.
All right, so this amendment keeps the original goal of the bill to provide enhanced retirement benefits to certain law enforcement officers, but updates which officers are included. It adds sworn law enforcement officers at the Office of the State Inspector General and removes Department of Corrections probation officers who are already covered. This change brings the remaining statewide sworn law enforcement officers who are not yet included into the Virginia Law Enforcement's retirement system, otherwise known as VALORs. As substituted, the bill adds full-time sworn members of the enforcement divisions at the Department of Motor Vehicles, Corrections, and Juvenile Justice, as well as the Office of the State Inspector General. HB 1267 recognizes that modern law enforcement is no longer limited to traditional police departments. These officers carry out dangerous frontline enforcement work every day, and our retirement system should reflect the work they do. All of our agencies are competing for the same shrinking pool of qualified officers, and the competition for talent is intense, both inside Virginia and across state lines. Without retirement portability, many officers leave these roles because they are not covered by a police retirement plan. And experienced officers often choose not to apply because doing so would mean giving up the enhanced retirement benefits they've already earned. Right now, officers doing similar high-risk enforcement work across different state agencies are treated differently in our retirement system. That inequity leads to turnover, higher training costs, and the loss of experienced officers we need to keep our communities safe. HB 1267 levels the playing field. It ensures fairness and gives similarly situated sworn officers the same retirement protections. It also allows officers to move into critical enforcement roles without leaving the profession or sacrificing the benefits they rely on. This helps keep trained officers in the communities they serve, strengthens public safety, and it helps Virginia stay competitive as an employer. It also gives law enforcement officers and their families more stability. This bill is a workforce and public safety bill focused on recruitment, retention, and career mobility within Virginia law enforcement. It also aligns with JLARC's findings.
Thank you, Delegate. I appreciate it. We're going to have to get to another, but I appreciate your remarks. Is there anyone in the room that would like to speak in favor of the bill?
Afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Rich Goschke with the Virginia Police Benevolent Association. We thank the delegate for bringing this forward. The system is kind of a mess. These officers do, in their officers here that would like to speak to the bill. I don't know how much time we have, but they all do similar work, and they're left out of these inequities. And it just adds police officers to the current retirement system, but they're left out. We thank you for considering this bill.
Thank you. And since there are a few of you all, if you do not mind, unless there's something that's compelling, say your name and who you represent and whether you're in favor of the bill, if you don't mind.
I've got some compelling.
I understand, but it's going to be a long afternoon. And you can also submit it in writing as well.
I have, sir.
All right.
Eric Kempf. I'm an agent with DJJ here on my own accord, and just here in support of the bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking the time to hear us. My name is Brendan Bartley. I'm a special agent with the Department of Juvenile Justice, and I support this bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Special Agent Ziegler, a special agent with Juvenile Justice. I'm here in favor of this bill. Thank you, Delegate Navarre, for bringing this forward for us.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Wade Ellis. I'm a special agent with the Department of Juvenile Justice. I'm here on my own accord and time to support this bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Zachary Kempf. I work in a public school here in Virginia, and I fully support this bill.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the subcommittee. Sean Winetta speaking on behalf of the Humanization Project. Do appreciate Delegate Navarre bringing this bill, not just as a constituent, but I've worked, this is the first time I've been in front of the subcommittee, worked very hard on the corrections ombudsman, and bringing the OSIG investigators into this is a good way to make sure that the ombudsman is functioning properly, and we're getting good information for y'all to make good policy decisions. So we do support the bill and ask the committee to report it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you all for coming in today and the service you all do for our community. We do have someone online. I believe we have Victoria Bird.
Hi. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Chairman, members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Victoria Bird. I currently serve as the special agent in charge for the Virginia Department of Motor Vehicles Enforcement Division in the East, which covers Richmond Tidewater. I appreciate the chance to provide a perspective on the importance of adding DMV sworn enforcement officers to the Virginia Law Enforcement Officers Retirement System. Throughout my career in Virginia law enforcement, I've served in roles that require a high level of physical readiness, rapid decision-making, and daily exposure to unpredictable and often dangerous situations. The enforcement arm of DMV is no different. It performs frontline enforcement duties that directly support public safety, criminal investigations, and the integrity of Virginia's transportation system. During my tenure at DMV, I've conducted numerous traffic stops with commercial motor vehicles where the driver or occupants were wanted subjects. I've been involved in vehicle pursuit and have participated in multiple search warrants tied to criminal investigations involving fraud, stolen vehicles, and other felony offenses. These are not hypothetical risks. They are real, reoccurring operational hazards that DMV sworn officers face across the Commonwealth. I asked my team to go out and enforce traffic-related laws for commercial motor vehicles along Interstates 95, 295, 64, and 264, and other routes such as 58, Route 1, and 460. And they will go out willingly, accepting the risk comparable to other law enforcement officers without being given the same hazardous duty benefits. The bill before you today seeks to appropriately include DMV law enforcement agents in a retirement system that reflects the true nature of the work we perform. Our duties mirror those of other sworn officers already covered under Valors, and the risk, physical demands, and operational expectations are comparable. Including DMV sworn agents and Valors ensures parity, fairness, and recognition of the hazardous duties, responsibilities we carry out daily. Adding DMV sworn officers to Valors will also strengthen recruitment and retention at a time when agencies across Virginia are competing for qualified law enforcement professionals. Ensuring that DMV agents receive retirement benefits consistent with the risk and responsibilities of their role is essential to maintaining a stable, experienced workforce capable of supporting the Commonwealth's vision of public safety. I respectfully urge the subcommittee to support the legislation and recognize the essential role of DMV enforcement agencies. Thank you for your time and consideration, and thank you for your service to the Commonwealth.
Thank you. We are back in front of the subcommittee.
Mr. Chair?
Delegate Willett.
Yeah, speaking to the bill, and then I have a motion.
Delegate Willett.
First of all, I want to thank the patron for bringing this bill forward. I think everyone in this subcommittee recognizes the importance of these law officers and what they're doing. The challenge we have, and we have this with other similar bills, is how far can we go? Who can we cover, and how far can we expand benefits? And I've chaired this subcommittee, and I've had those difficult conversations, and I think we actually have made a lot of progress, at least since I've been here, in trying to address that. But there's still limits to what we can do, and there is obviously, as we know, an fiscal impact with this proposal. So I encourage the patron, and encourage all of us to continue to look at the issues and to continue to see if we can do more. There has been a study done before by JLARC in terms of ranking the folks who they believe should be covered, and I think that, I'm not sure the timing for that being done again. That my notes say 2023 was the last time that was reviewed, so that would certainly be an opportunity to look at this again. But again, I really appreciate the testimony today, and certainly applaud the patrons' efforts. But Mr. Chair, with that, I'm going to motion that we very gently lay this bill on the table.
Second.
There's been a motion with a second to very gently lay HB 1267 on the table. Madam Clerk, can you please open the roll? Madam Clerk, can you please close the roll? With a vote of 7-0, we have very gently laid this bill on the table. Thank you so much, Delegate, and everyone that came today. And that does come, unless there's any other business in front of us. I believe that's the end of our docket. And immediately following the subcommittee, we will have elementary and second education by Chairwoman McQuinn. Without any objection, this committee will be adjourned.